Life is full of ups and downs, and it's easy to become lost in the chase for success at the expense of what truly matters to us. In our never-ending quest for approval from others and to fit in, we frequently lose sight of the true callings that exist within us. Yet why is this occurring? Why do we start doing things that don't make us happy and fulfilled? Many things might be said in response to these concerns, but one thing has become clear: we seldom acknowledge the source of our deepest desires. In fact, following our hearts and doing what we truly love are the keys to reaching our greatest potential. Accomplishing success and a life of deep joy and contentment both begin with this knowledge. The chase of material prosperity, social standing, or public acclaim can easily consume us to the point that we forget the true worth of following our passions. The key to finding our real purpose, however, is in letting our goals and actions be in harmony. But with all the distractions of daily life, how can we find the time to pursue our hobbies? If we have lost our way in finding our life's purpose, how can we get it back? Discovering your passion and following it to your destiny is a life-altering adventure, and these are the questions that drive our investigation into this topic. Here, we'll peel back the layers of self-discovery to reveal the complex web of influences that molds our interests and determines the course of our lives. We will show how passion significantly affects our happiness, fulfillment, and contentment with life by utilizing research in psychology, neuroscience, and anecdotes. Our journey of self-discovery and empowerment will be guided by insightful commentary, hands-on activities, and motivational tales. Come with me as we explore the depths of our souls, find the treasures I've been hiding, and plot a course toward a future full of meaning, purpose, and happiness. Come along as we set out on this life-altering adventure of self-improvement. Join me in reclaiming our sense of direction, rekindling my love for what I do, and creating a road toward my real destiny. Because a life of limitless opportunities and incredible fulfillment awaits those who discover their passion. Chapter 1: Find Your Passion. Everybody is passionate about something. It frequently appears in childhood and is explored via play, or it may be discovered as we become older but is almost immediately set aside for more sensible pursuits like employment and starting a family. While children are free to actively follow their interests, as they get older, they are generally urged to pursue more practical endeavors, putting their passions on hold. Still, it's neither impossible or unfeasible to pursue your interest as you become older. Living a fulfilling life can greatly benefit from doing what you love, even as a pastime. People weren't encouraged to follow their passions or even give them much thought in the past. The most crucial thing was to survive, which frequently meant working from sunrise to sunset with little time for rest or food. There was no space for discussing or even taking into consideration things like passions and hobbies. With the introduction of technology and other societal advancements like the Industrial Revolution, we no longer have to work so hard just to survive. We enjoy the luxury of working just 40 hours a week, give or take, and having the weekends off to explore our passions, take vacations, or just hang out. Even though it might not seem like much time in our overly busy lives, any time spent actively pursuing your dreams is better than none at all. We frequently lose our early loves or even the ones we discover as we get older. Finding our passion, then, is frequently the first step towards actively following it. Here are some tips to get you thinking in the right way if you're not sure how to go about finding your passion. 1. Make a list after taking a journey down memory lane. Remember your childhood years. Which activities were some of your favorites? Which of the following actions do you think would be incredibly awesome but are out of your reach? Which activities have you always wanted to do but weren't sure you could succeed at? No matter how absurd it seems, get it down on paper. Now is a perfect time to live in a fantasy world and entirely disregard reality, even if it's just for a short while. Don't put this off for too long, but give it some time. Dreaming about your potential passion for the rest of your life is not what you desire. you truly wish to give it a go. 2. Think about your employment right now. Which tasks are you assigned at work that you find enjoyable? Think about the things you like to do as an adult, even though it might not be as enjoyable as taking a trip down memory lane. Compile a different inventory. For a thorough evaluation of your daily responsibilities, it could be ideal to do this while you're currently working. Even the most routine duties should be noted down. Write everything that comes to mind. Saying that you like making spreadsheets and organizing paperwork might not sound particularly impressive, but it's still relevant. If you have passion, you should pursue it even though it's not always seen as hip or fashionable. 3. If you had access to limitless funds and were not concerned about meeting your financial obligations, how would you spend them? For each of us to survive, we must labor. Though, for the most part, we no longer have to labor non-stop to put food on the table, we still have expenses to pay and mouths to feed, even if it's just your own. You may use your imagination as much as you wish for this enjoyable activity. There is no place for practicality in a society where we can live as we like and all of our financial obligations are fulfilled. Make an additional list. Examine these 3 lists that you now possess. The lists may seem to have some resemblance to you. Note the parallels. You can either construct a different list or, if you're into color coding, color code them. You'll follow your passion by following the parallels that you find. There are even certain passions you might discover that are ready for immediate exploration. Don't discard the other lists, nevertheless. Hold them close to your heart, but in a secure location. It would be worthwhile to investigate a few of the other items on your list later. Your route to your passion may still lead you down an interest that is only listed on one list. Having hobbies is great since they frequently lead to other enjoyable pursuits. Proceeding to execute a few of the items on your final list is the next stage in this approach. Be adventurous in your approach and take your time with this process. You shouldn't see discovering your passion as a deadline. Finding and doing the things you enjoy is the main goal. It's a crucial stage in the process, even if I understand it could be easier said than done. You may be unclear about what to do next after making a list of some topics you'd like to investigate. The following advice will help you explore your just discovered passion further. 4. Enroll in courses. Numerous classes are available on practically any topic, both offline and online. See what kinds of classes are available by conducting a simple web search with your topic and class. Do a web search for Climb Trees Class or Climb Trees Class Boston, for instance, if you reside in Boston and your childhood dream was to climb trees. You'll find classes, courses, and articles about climbing trees, including ones that are exclusive to the Boston area. 5. Assist a team. People can form groups based on certain interests by using the fantastic website www.mitup.com. All of you should register for a mitup.com account. It's a fantastic resource that you may join for free. The website will provide all of the local groups associated with your interest once you've created a profile and searched for any interest. Afterward, you are able to become a member of the groups and attend their meetings. Most of the time, joining the various groups is open to everyone. Usually extremely reasonably priced, the ones that charge a fee could be worth the additional expense. Discovering new hobbies and connecting with like-minded individuals can be accomplished through this enjoyable activity, which also has the potential to lead to friendships. 6. Open a book. Reading is an excellent approach to exploring your hobbies if you're not feeling very daring right now, but yet want to delve deeper than you thought, all without having to leave your home. Reading is a terrific first step, but ultimately, I do think you should go out into the world and use your hobbies as guides. You can visit your local bookshop, locate your favorite online bookseller, or just take some time to relax at the library locally. Obtain the maximum number of books that you may peruse simultaneously and dedicate some time to delve into your passions within the pages. Chapter 2. Find your passion skill set. Best wishes. You've taken the first step toward discovering your passion. You ought to have discovered a few areas of interest by now, and you ought to be pursuing at least one or two of them. I hope you're having fun and discovering more about yourself on this fun journey. Let's return to the practical reason behind your initial decision to give up on your passions in the meantime. To be honest, a lot of our passions aren't the most sensible things to pursue as you get older and become a responsible adult. When you grow up and become an adult, who truly feels like one? After you've gotten used to real life, begun working, and are handling all of the less enjoyable adult chores, you can find it difficult to engage in activities that don't improve your financial situation. Taking time off for hobbies like flying kites or writing short tales that don't directly support your household could feel like a luxury. Therefore, even if you might do things from time to time, you'll probably put them off when more important, responsible issues come up, like needing to take the kids to extracurricular activities or taking the car in for repairs. Even if it might seem indulgent, most passion projects call for a certain level of ability. While developing websites is clearly a valuable skill for some people, finding the practical skills to support a less visible interest may be more difficult. But don't give up and go on to something you kind of like instead of sticking with your passion. You can discover the useful abilities that underlie your interest. I'll give you two examples of passions, one more realistic and the other more fantastical, and demonstrate how it's done. Writing short stories. First, let's discuss the more typical one. There are many of undiscovered authors that enjoy writing poetry and prose, whether it be non-fiction or fiction, but as we all know, most writers don't make it to the top of the bestseller charts. Actually, the majority of writers never receive payment for their work. But that doesn't mean writers aren't developing their skill set, it just means they might not make money from their narrative insights. There are other skills there that might not be as readily apparent as the more obvious ones, despite the fact that they may appear evident. To learn these talents, there are a few steps involved. 1. Take an objective look at what you do as a writer. Take a moment before you start writing to list everything you are currently doing or will soon be doing. For example, A. Create a story. B. Organize the idea. C. Create characters. D. Research, describe the setting of the story. E. Commit to a project from start to finish. 2. Research the job descriptions of writers. Do a web search for writer job description. This will give you some great insight into the skills built through writing. A. Make a list of the skills you find in a few of the job descriptions. B. Go through the list and pull out skills that you feel apply best to you and add them to the first list. 3. Research writers' websites and look at the services they provide. These services could provide you with some perspective on abilities you had not thought of. Include them in your list. 4. Go to writing events and talk to other writers. For a broad range of subjects, there are conferences, festivals, and networking opportunities. Use the internet to find writing events in your area. Along with learning about your newly acquired talents, you might make some awesome new writing buddies who will encourage you to pursue your love. Flying kites. We can now switch to a more fantastical pastime, like flying kites. Though it may be difficult to notice, this specific activity does require some practical abilities. We're going to assume for the purposes of this example that you also like designing and making kites. Let's follow the same procedure. 1. Examine your work as a kite flyer objectively. A. Visualize the kite. B. Sketch the idea. C. Determine the materials you'll need. D. Create a schematic of the assembly process. E. Construct the kite. F. And test it. G. Adjust it if necessary. H. Devote yourself to the project from beginning to end. TWO. examine the work descriptions of those who construct and fly kites. You could be astonished at the kinds of employment that exist, even though you might not think that these descriptions exist. It doesn't hurt to look. Kite flying might very well be a legitimate career somewhere. 3. Look into websites that offer videos. Look for a how-to video on creating kites and take note of the instructions. After that, objectively go through the stages and identify any skills you see. 4. Look into kite building related conferences, festivals, and events. Numerous strange or fantastical interests are the subject of festivals, gatherings, and celebrations. Seminars and workshops that cover the more technical facets of the pastime are frequently held at these gatherings. This is an excellent location to discover any latent abilities you could be gaining by creating and flying kites. You will start to meet individuals who are passionate like you, which is an added bonus. You might even make some new friends. As you can see, following your passion can definitely lead to the development of useful talents. You'll be quite skilled at it as well because it's something you actively seek out and genuinely like doing. Chapter 3. Monetize your passion. After you've determined whatever practical talents underlie your passion project, you may want to think about making money from it. Any type of specialized interest has the awesome quality of having other people who also share that passion. It can be a very specialized market when your interest is truly unique, but such folks are also frequently quite involved in their own interests. But there are ways to profit from your interest, even if it's in a more general field. Locate employment. You can delve more into job descriptions related to your passion to examine the kinds of organizations that recruit those individuals, as you have already done some study on them. Bravo if you can land a job and use your work to follow your passion. You should take full advantage of this opportunity as many people are unable to work in their areas of love. If you are unable to obtain employment straight immediately, think about volunteering for a cause. You might do what you love and contribute to a worthy cause at the same time. Launch a membership list or website. For a monthly charge, a number of professionals build websites or email groups where they regularly offer information. If you like building and flying kites, you can think about starting a membership list and sending out weekly emails with building suggestions to subscribers. The reason membership programs are so beneficial is that they generate consistent revenue. You'll have a consistent flow of cash as long as you keep giving the people on your list useful information and excellent service. One strategy for growing your list of subscribers is to go to the conferences, festivals, and events that were listed in the preceding chapter. You can ask folks for their email addresses to see if they would be interested in joining. Make a blog. Popular currently, blogging is an excellent opportunity to monetize your expertise and passion while sharing it with the world. You can sell things, offer ad space, or promote products on your site to earn money. Additionally, blogging gives you the chance to share your passion and expertise with the world. Chapter 4. Turn your interest into profit. Selling goods is a terrific method to make money from a blog, as I discussed in the previous chapter, but you may make and market your own goods without a blog. Although it is ideal to have some way of reaching a market of interested consumers to sell your goods to, you can still profit from producing some. You can be confident that there are buyers for your products now that you've done some research on your area of interest and discovered that you're not alone. Ebook. Ebooks are a fantastic, autonomous way to communicate your subject matter expertise. Because they aren't typically expected to be hundreds of pages lengthy, ebooks are far easier to produce than novels. Although the content's quality is more crucial than its length, the book should be more than a few pages to ensure that readers feel they received their money's worth. As you are aware, a lot of people regularly buy and read ebooks on their PCs, smartphones, or tablets, just as you are doing right now. Ensuring the material being offered is worthwhile is crucial. To ensure that your book is as good as it can be, even if you are writing about a subject you are well familiar about, conduct some research. Online course in video. Another approach to make money from your interest is to create a video course if you're more of a talker than a writer. All you need is a tripod, a camera with video capability, and easy-to-use video editing software. The majority of PCs and Macs include a simple video editing application. Windows Movie Maker is included with PCs, whereas iMovie is included with Macs. If neither of these is installed on your computer, you may still edit videos with ease by downloading Adobe Premiere Elements, which is compatible with both operating systems. For less than $100, you can upgrade from the limited trial version that you can download. You can start recording as soon as you have the necessary technical equipment, but first, you must create a course plan. 1. Establish the course's objective or the desired result. Knowing the course's final outcome will help you work backward. 2. List the actions needed to achieve the target result. As if you were going to instruct someone in writing, be sure to write everything in the right sequence. 3. Select the desired number of videos for the course. Aim to keep the course concise, but avoid packing too much information into a single video. An online video needs to be limited to 8 minutes in length. 4. Make a schedule for the topics you want to address in each video. Avoid writing a screenplay. There's a chance you'll try to memorize it and sound robotic. In the videos you make an outline for yourself so you don't forget any steps. It's time to start filming your films now that you have everything you need. Make sure it's in a well-lit, peaceful space. When giving directions, be brief yet precise. If needed, practice a little bit. If this is your first time, you might find it strange to watch yourself on camera, so practice a little to get comfortable. Webinar course. You can take a webinar course that doesn't require you to be on camera in person if you don't have a video camera or don't want to be on camera. All that is required of you is your voice and knowledge. Making a webinar course follows similar procedures as making a video course. 1. Establish the course's objective or the desired result. 2. List the actions needed to achieve the target result. As if you were going to instruct someone in writing, be sure to write everything in the right sequence. 3. Select the number of units the course should include. Aim to make it concise and avoid packing too much information into a single module. 4. Use PowerPoint or a comparable application to create a presentation. This will be your strategy, but you should also give your webinar participants visual assets. They must have a neat presentation to look at if they are unable to notice your gorgeous face. Use a tool like WebEx, which may cost up to $89 per month, or anymeeting.com, which can cost up to $69.99 per month, once you have these components established. Both provide limited-time free choices that can be useful if you're just getting started. Search the internet for things that resemble what you want to make if you're not sure how yours should look. The internet is a fantastic resource for previously developed products, which you may utilize as a model to work with. Although it's not required, it would be ideal to have a website or blog that you could use to promote your goods. Online markets such as ClickBank and Pay.com allow anyone to sell information goods they have created. Every marketplace has advantages and disadvantages, so do your homework and pay close attention to the fine print. The words listed on most websites are often ignored by visitors, but it's crucial that you do if you want to sell your goods. Before clicking to establish an account and begin selling your goods, you should be sure you fully understand and accept these terms. Chapter 5. Scale your passion. Scale is a popular word among entrepreneurs. It has multiple possible meanings, but in this context, it denotes progress. I think it's great that you can take your interest and make a living doing what you love. You should be commended if you can effectively scale that same business. This may appear like a frivolous consideration, yet many companies generate revenue but struggle to keep up with rapid or sustained expansion. There are some companies that are just meant to be tiny. While it's perfectly okay to keep your workload light and manageable, you'll need to make room for expansion if you want to transform your hobby into a sustainable business. If, for instance, you love to write short stories, you may earn some extra cash by penning these pieces for others. Working on tales from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday, would only allow you to produce 1.5 stories every week if each story takes 3 days to write and edit. You would have to work very late into the night or turn off prospective clients if news got out that 5 different people wanted you to create stories for them, all with due dates within a week. Scalability is not an option with this company model. You can only create so many stories each day. Increasing your clientele will require you to either work more hours, write more quickly, or bring on more authors. Once you've begun working, it can be challenging to make modifications like that. However, you will be more prepared when the time comes if you enter it with the understanding that those things are inevitable. The inability to adequately manage expansion is a major factor in the 3-year doom that befalls many startups. If you're strong at capitalizing on opportunities, having a lot of customers is actually a fantastic problem to have. Automating or outsourcing part of your company's operations are 2 more methods that can be put in place to aid with scalability. You can't expect to get the full benefits of any procedure without first investing time and energy into it. It is your responsibility as the owner to think about the future of your company and what will be required to make it successful when you are starting out. Doing this from the beginning is ideal. Chapter 6: Intentionally live your passion. The challenging part begins once you've discovered your passion and discovered some practical ways to put it to use. It will not be easy to live your passion. Defending it in front of loved ones could become a necessary task. Taking a position for what you believe in could be difficult, but it won't be the most difficult. Maintaining integrity in your pursuit of passion requires constant self-work. Even as an adult, there may be a strong motivating factor, fear, that prevents you from following your heart. It's not easy to risk criticism by doing what you love, especially if others think it's unrealistic. Doing something you aren't used to or confident in might also be intimidating. You shouldn't let this normal fear stop you from taking action. Following your passions is important if you have discovered anything that brings you delight. The fear of failing is another factor that discourages people from pursuing their dreams. One of the most powerful and crippling fears is the fear of failing. But the dread of succeeding might be equally crippling. It could be more comfortable to daydream about a better future than to really take action. There is a responsibility to try, and there is a responsibility to succeed or fail. However, you have taken the first step. That we are not good enough is not our biggest dread. That we are infinitely strong is our worst nightmare. Rather than our shadows, it is our light that causes us the greatest anxiety. Who am I to be beautiful, talented, amazing, and smart? Is a question we all ask ourselves. Who are you not supposed to be, really? A Course in Miracles by Marianne Williamson, Return to Love, Reflections on the Principles. When we want to do something new or unusual, we tend to be the ones who criticize us the most. Even though you're human, you shouldn't let negative and doubting thoughts hold you back. You also shouldn't be at a loss as to what to do. Yes, I have laid out a few things for you to do, but as you may have noticed, quite a bit of it required you to look into this topic further. Information is a valuable commodity in today's culture, and it's easily accessible. Use it to your advantage. Responsibilities associated with following one's passion and achieving success are similar to those associated with not following one's passion and having one's dreams unfulfilled. Taking a chance allows you to relax in the knowledge that you gave it your best shot, even if the outcome is less than ideal. What might have been is lost in the emptiness of inaction. The choice to be happy is yours. If you decide to pursue your passion and believe it will bring you happiness, it will. Finally, some anecdotes are based on actual events. Sometimes it's lonely when you start to do the things you love. Unfortunately, many of your loved ones will be unable to accompany you on this adventure. On the other hand, many others have bravely done the same and come out on top. These three individuals are examples of genuine people who followed their dreams. The emotion is perplexing, says Angela Halstead. A mother of two, Angela Halstead resides in Arlington, Virginia with her spouse and offspring. In addition to her fulfilling roles as a soccer mom, wife, and friend, she also enjoyed doing puzzles, particularly crosswords. At some point, she made up her mind that she wanted to investigate her passion to find out what was available. She discovered the world of crossword tournaments after she began solving puzzles independently on the internet. Despite her reservations, she couldn't help but investigate further. She was pleasantly pleased by how many people showed up when she went. She initiated a discussion with a few individuals and proceeded to divulge all of the insignificant details that were known to everyone. All bets were off. After that, she started contributing puzzles as a guest writer for newspapers like the New York Times and became quite involved in the puzzle world. She goes to puzzle conventions as well and participates in contests and contributes to several crossword blogs. She discovered a way to follow her heart without giving up her day job or drastically altering her lifestyle. Passion is rocking, says Kevin West. Almost by accident, W Magazine editor Kevin West found his calling. In his hometown in eastern Tennessee, his grandmother preserved strawberry jam and pickled beets when he was a kid, but he never really took an interest in making them himself. He didn't discover his love for jamming strawberries until he purchased a whole flat. He bought the apartment after realizing he couldn't possibly eat all of the fruits before they went bad. To avoid throwing away a good harvest, he attempted to make preserves with some of the strawberries, but he was utterly unsuccessful. That setback motivated him to keep going. He was adamant about recreating his grandmother's recipe since he thought preserves should taste a specific way. He persevered and eventually made delicious preserves in a jar. Making jam and preserves became his life's work as he progressed. Even though canning is his life's work, he hasn't left his day job just yet. He blogs about his life as a canner and shares his enthusiasm with the world. He not only encourages beginners to start canning, but he himself frequently consumes food that he has canned. He lives the canning lifestyle to the fullest. Jenny Blake, writing is my passion. Among the fortunate was Jenny. Unexpectedly, she landed a job she adored. When she worked for Google, she made a ton of money. There was a void, even though she enjoyed her work. She had a natural inclination toward entrepreneurship and had long desired to go out on her own, but the associated anxiety and doubt prevented her from doing so. Furthermore, she worked hard to be happy in her profession because it was fantastic. With her increasing 401k, annual bonuses, and comfortable salary, she was living the corporate life. While she was enjoying her job and the work she did at Google, she also started a blog, which eventually became a book, to follow her passion for writing. She deliberated for a while before taking a 3-month leave of absence to finance her own book tour. It wasn't until after those 3 months that she understood she could be an entrepreneur and do it well. Unpopular as it was, she quit her job to devote herself full-time to blogging, coaching, public speaking, and marketing her book. She enjoyed working for someone else and the benefits it offered, but she now finds more fulfillment in being her own boss. She made the difficult decision to leave her comfortable life behind and follow her passion as a career, and she is grateful she did. Conclusion. We are reminded of the timeless wisdom that leads us to a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment as we reach the end of our journey in understanding the fundamental relationship between identifying our passion and our destiny. As we've progressed through our journey, we've discovered the strength within each of us to follow our hearts and do what makes us happy. The key to success, we've realized, is not material possessions or praise from others, but rather being true to oneself and pursuing one's heart's objectives. We have had epiphanies along the road to finding our calling when we have stripped away our conditioning and societal expectations to uncover our core values and character. We have bravely followed our inner compass and listened to the still little voice of our hearts, even when the road ahead appeared dark and scary. As we approach the start of our journey, we are overcome with a sense of strength and determination. We are aware that we have the power to open doors to a future brimming with endless opportunities and happiness. By discovering our true calling, we have discovered the path to a life that is genuine, rich, and meaningful. This is just the start of a new phase in our continuous progress. Our journey is far from over. As we progress, may we hold fast to the wisdom and understanding we have received, letting them shine a light on our way and direct our steps. Remember that discovering your passion is an ongoing journey of self-discovery and personal development, not an end point. Curiosity, adventure, and a readiness to embrace the unknown characterize this journey. Along the way, may we keep an open mind and a firm faith in our capacity to manifest the life we dream of. As we say goodbye to this journey of discovery, may we take with us the knowledge that we have discovered the key to our true destiny in following our passion and the lessons we have learned. Let us remain steadfast in our faith in our capacity to design a life that is rich with meaning, satisfaction, and happiness, and may the light of our passions illuminate our way as we continue to fearlessly pursue our ambitions.